Sure guys, welcome to another gardening video on my channel. Today we're gonna be showing you a new member in the garden family. There's a new member, so we're gonna be showing you him. And also I want you to follow me in the garden. I want to show you what's happening in the garden. We're gonna be transplanting some crops. We're gonna be planting a lot of crops, some beetroot, some radish, some cabbage, a lot of crops, right? Beans. We're gonna be also planting some of that. We're also gonna be preparing the soil for spring. So just follow me in the garden. I hope you enjoy. I hope you do learn something new. Let's do what it gotta do. Hey guys, so it's a very special day. We have a new member to the garden family. This is Mesh. He's still a puppy, so I'm introducing him to the garden and to you, to the garden family. So yeah, everybody say welcome Meshy, welcome Mesh. Yeah, he's bored. Look at him. Yeah, no, so it's a very special day. Just wanted to introduce you to the new family. He'll probably do some cameos here and there, but welcome to the garden family, Meshy. So I wanted to properly introduce you to Mesh. Look at him running over here, Meshy. But he's quite still excited. Yeah, he keeps biting. But yeah, man, I just wanted to show you a bit of Mesh. He'll be the protector in the garden. Ooh. Okay, so first things first, I need to prepare the garden. So as you know, we have some already made compost. We had some homemade compost. Let me just show you. So we have some compost over here. So I'm just gonna take this compost, basically just spread it around where I feel needs to be filled out, where it needs some space, maybe in the lettuce, and that will just be me preparing. And yeah, I guess I'll show you how I also prepare it. And yeah, that should be the first task for today. Okay, so I'm just gonna see the compost. You can see some, it's still not fully broken down, but I'm hoping that when I just place it, you can still see when I place it that it does. So basically you just take that compost wherever you want to put it. Either you can leave it on the top of the soil and just basically cover like this, or you can integrate it with the already existing soil, and that just, I think it just makes the decomposition quicker. What I like about also leaving it on top is that it basically also protects the soil itself. So it's just based on what you want to have and your preference. We have some compost put in there. I think you can see the difference between that side and here. So what I'm doing now is just basically integrating the soil with the compost, and you can see that the difference, you can see that the soil is a lot lighter as compared to the compost. So you just want to integrate that just like this, and just keep integrating. And you'll see that I have some chunks. Ideally you don't want to have chunks left over, but I just want to prepare the garden, and also these bits will still decompose while they are still in the garden like this. So it's not a problem. It's just that the decomposition will take longer to happen. Otherwise you could also just leave it on top. So like I did, like here, I just left it on top, and you can just let it be the compost. You can protect it like that. Just make sure when you're planting though that you integrate the compost, because you shouldn't be planting in compost. Compost doesn't really have the soil structure to carry some plants, right? So this is after integrating the compost. There's still a bit of wood ash over here. You can see it's still full there, but it should be fine. And we're still gonna water as well, so it should integrate even more. But here's how it looks after, and you can plant in this as well. So in the compost there was some pumpkin growing, so I'm thinking that we can start sowing it now. So I'm gonna be sowing some pumpkin in this patch right now and show you how to do that. So yeah, I've put in some of the pumpkin in a bunch of holes. So I've spaced it out because, you know, pumpkin likes to have some space. They like to crawl and crawl and crawl, right? So I've spaced them quite far a bit. I think even here they are a bit too close. They might be too close to each other, but again, we'll see how it goes. There's another one there and then another one there. So yeah, with pumpkin, you know, it's gonna just space out and it's just gonna create like a mat of pumpkin on the ground, and then on the top or above it will be the corn. So yeah, that's the plan. Let's see how it grows and how many actually germinate, and then how they grow as well. Moving from the pumpkin, we have now planted beetroot. You can see the darker marks over there. There's a line here and there's a line over here. So there I've planted some beetroot. So we're gonna have some beetroot. As a rule of thumb, beetroot doesn't really mind being spaced closer together. So I've really planted a lot in one space, in one line. I've planted a lot, and if you remember from my other video, you can even grow 3 in one little spot. So it doesn't really matter how you space the beetroot seeds. So I've just literally just scattered them. We should be getting some beetroot soon. So now we're gonna be planting some radish. So radish, you know, it's become one of my favorite crops. If you've been watching my videos for a while now, you would know that radish is one of my favorite crops. So right now I've just put in just a line, just like how I did for the beetroot, and you just do a nice line just so that they have some symmetry, and then you just plant in that. Again, radish doesn't really mind how far you space it from each other, because they also will just grow from each other. They will expand, and they easily can live with each other. Radish it grows really quickly, and you can grow it in winter, and it produces a lot. So, you know, it's really become one of my favorite go-to crops in winter and actually spring as well. Yeah, man, so radish, a great one to have in the garden. So people, I just wanted to take a break just to basically open up to you about how my winter has been basically going. It hasn't been the best winter in the garden because there's been a rat in the garden just basically eating stuff. And to be honest, I really felt discouraged about my content, about being in the garden, just in general about the garden and gardening. And I just wanted to take this moment to basically share that with you, because I know that from your comments, from numerous comments that I get, that, you know, sometimes you are going through also tough times in the garden. I mean, Cape Town experienced floods. You know, some people have insects, some people have pests like I did, you know, so it's just a bunch of things that can happen in the garden that can make you feel like, you know, you just want to give up and you don't want to do it anymore. I'm telling you now, it's the right time to continue, right? This is the best time to have your second chance in the garden. It's the best time because now you literally have a second chance. It's springtime. You have a new array of crops to grow. Well, it's almost springtime. You have a new crop. You have new crops to grow. You can start afresh. You can start a whole new setup in your garden. So I just wanted to share with you and just also let you know that you're not alone. You know, we all experience this, all gardeners experience this. And I just wanted to share with you my experience and that you are not alone. We have a community that that you can share all your thoughts, all your things that have been happening in the garden. So I just wanted to take that moment. Let's go back into the garden. Okay, so now we're going to be planting some beans. So we have the purple beans, bush beans, and then we have the pole bean, gold nectar. So I grew the purple ones last season, and also the gold nectar ones also, and they did pretty well in the garden, so I'm gonna do them again. And you know, I really like beans also. They so easy to grow. So again, I did a little line here, and we're gonna be just growing in that little line. And yeah, also don't worry about the spacing. They thin-ish plants, so they don't really mind with the spacing. Let's mix it up. Actually, you see, these are the beans. Let's just mix it up so we have a variety. And yeah, they don't really mind with the spacing. Honestly, you can just literally just plant wherever. Obviously, okay, you see those ones are too close, but I'll separate those. And then yeah, we're gonna have some beans in the garden. Make sure that you're also growing it up next to a trellis, and do that before, just because it makes it easier on you once it starts growing. Okay, so an update on the cabbage. So yeah, the cabbage, it's been doing okay-ish. Only now it's kind of actually growing and starting to actually the seeds are starting to pop up. And as you can see, there's some seeds over here. There's a flower here, and then there's some chahili cabbage also here, also here. This one looks like it went to seed, and I think due to definitely the heat, and also I haven't really been watering, so shame on me. And then here we have some new growth cabbage as well. And yeah, this one was also grown earlier in the winter-ish, so I don't think it was doing too well, but let's see how it does now after, you know, a few days. Let's see that. And then also we have some rocket growing. Some rocket is actually starting to pop up, which is quite interesting. And then we also have here as well some more rocket. So yeah, rocket, you know, I had it last season and it was very easy to grow, and now I guess they saying, hey man, you know, it's time to pop up, it's springtime, so they're starting to actually grow back again. And yeah, that's pretty exciting. So again, grow your rocket. It's a sign that now you need to grow some more of some rocket. Okay, so I need to transplant some of this cabbage. So I've already dug a bit of a hole just to take out some of these. Just make sure that you actually digging a big enough hole so that you're not actually disrupting the roots of the cabbage. Okay, we'll just take this one. So yeah, just take that, you know that there's still some soil intact with the roots. And then we just pick a little spot. Let's do it next door to this guy. So you just pick a little spot, and yeah, so you just pick a little spot, dig up a little hole there, just so that we see. And then you take that same, see, with the soil intact, everything, just plunk it in there and should be good. And then let's just cover some of it with the soil. Cover, you know, just don't, make sure that you're not covering the actual new growth, which is, you see the small one at the back here. Just make sure that you're not covering that. As long as you're not covering that, that should be okay. Cabbage, done, zozo. So yeah, that brings it to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it was helpful. Hey, yeah, I know it was a long winter, but now we're going into a new season, new beginnings, new chances. Let's do the most. Let's make the most of what we have now. And yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it was helpful. Love, peace, grow every day.